Hey y'all, I hope you guys can hear me. I hope you guys can hear me. I am going to go ahead and do the palm tree foundation paper piecing. I hope you guys are joining in as I do this. I hope you guys are having a wonderful Friday. I am going to show you the color of my fabric that I'm going to do with this. And I will tell you, I always make two copies, so I have one original and one that I'm working with. And I'm going to go through the chat here in a second. But here's the three fabrics I'm working with. Green for the leaves, brown for the stem, and this little sparkly white fabric. So I'm going to go through the chat and say hi to everybody. Hello, Sandra. Hey, kiddo. Hi, Linda. Hi, Patty. And I hope you guys are having a wonderful Friday. And I'm hoping you're ready to do this with us. So I'm going to get you down to the desk view. I always, like a reminder, always make two copies so that you have one to cut out and one to keep in your book if you wanted to do it again. So I'm going to go ahead and put this back up here. So I'm going to move my cutting mat and press the fabrics so we're not dealing with the wrinkles. Because I see some wrinkles in here. So what are you all working on today? Hello, Linda. Hello, Gladys. Oh, and don't forget to have glue stick, an iron, also simple things. If you use acorn press pen, you could actually get a basic one and make your own with half water, half starch. Because that's pretty much what it is. A seam ripper, if your chain piece cutter, fabric scissors, and then you need your paper scissors to cut, and your rotary cutter, and your cutting mat and ruler. Those are things you need when you're doing FPP. Hi, kiddo. But yes, that's a good idea, Patty, because you never know if you need to make a new one and do it. And you can make two or you can make multiple, like Patty says, in case of mistakes. But we always can do it how we want, but at the same time, we do it together. I hope you guys are excited for the palm trees. And then next Friday, I'll have to look because I think I put. I figured you guys want to see next Fridays. It would be the rainbow one. This week it's the palm trees. I don't know, kiddo. We'll figure it out. I just fixed it. But we got one. We're doing the palm tree, not the rainbow. But if we do get enough time, we may do the rainbow if everybody's up for it. The rainbow is also padded on that same website. Most of the patterns that I have set are from that website. And I'm also going to design a pattern, and I hope you guys would enjoy this one so that you guys can do it too. And I'm not going to make it complicated. For you guys, but I'm going to make it as easy as possible. So here's all the fabric ironed a bit. So let's start on our first pieces. And like I will always say, and I'll put the camera view back up. On FPP, you follow how the FPP people do it. Some do it by alphabetical, so you got to do it in alphabetical order at the same time, numerical order. So I hope that helps because, like, I'm going to find the first piece. This is A. So we're going to go from A1 to all the way to the end of the paper. I like to pre-crease my papers so that they are ready to go and I'm not having to wait and do it afterwards. Any questions? Thank you, kiddo. For those that weren't in my live last night, and the ones that were, I do owe you an apology. I have my date backward. It is not till... So, my interview with Katie at the Greenland Quilters is not this Sunday. It is the Sunday of the 26th of this month. So, I hope you guys can come and watch us on her channel. And I hope to see you there on that day as well. Alright, now we got my paper pre-creased. Now you gotta look at the letters and see what you need to cut. And of course, I am hiding my scissors today. On regular quilts, your pattern print would go up. On FPP, when you're doing it on paper, the non-print side goes on the bottom and your print goes facing down away from the paper. And I like to glue the first piece. before, that way I don't have to stress where that piece went. And then I'll press it back and trim it down 1/4 inch. You can do 3/8 inch if you want. With this being tiny, I may do that. Which I have a 3/8 ruler. Nope. I'm going to do 1/4 inch because it's a little, I forgot that that's bigger. And this silly girl is losing her rotary cutter constantly. Now white. On these pieces, I don't do big giant pieces because it's little. But I do make sure the pieces are bigger and covering the next piece. Now we're ready to go sew. Oh. Sorry guys, I have to. There you go. Kiddo, stop it. Some of them are working on this, kiddo. Oh. I didn't mean. And also make sure your stitch length are small enough. I'm going to go ahead and press it. I know. We help each other in this community. And I keep a bowl for the little scraps so that I'm not having them laying around. Now green again. And even with the little scraps, I will probably make my, which all of you know, I have 3 German Shepherds. I'm trying to want to make them a special bed from me. So I'm using those little, using those little crumbs and putting them in Ziploc bags when I'm ready. I will be able to, when it's big enough, I will probably be able to make the beds for them. But for right now, I'm making baggies to fill them full until it's time for them. So here we go. And it's going to keep looking funky until we get done. You just keep going at it. If it's enough, I would probably just save it. But if it's getting bigger pieces, which like these are getting bigger, I'm not going to save this tiny piece. And I just like to keep the fabric near me. And yes, you guys did see me cut the other two down. I don't want to cut this one down because it's too pretty to do that. So now we're going to go sew this piece back up. Is the sound okay for everybody? I hope I didn't lose you guys. We just keep going back and forth through white and green. And then we'll do the brown as soon as it's time. But you just keep trimming down as you go. Okay, awesome. Just making sure. Yeah. I know that feeling. Ooh. Don't bring it back here, Sandra. I don't want it back. It's bad enough already over here. My chair is getting stuck. I know you do. I don't want it back. I think I could tell ya. Yes, you can, child. He ain't gonna make you stop anyways, kiddo. The other question is, can you see the captions? If not, please let me know. So I can make sure I double check all that. Oh, you two again, aren't you? And I love how you two are great, sarcastic at each other. I think she's afraid of something else, Sandra. And just keep going down the numbers. So here's my question. How many are doing this project? Really? Kiddo? He ain't gonna stop you. You gotta learn that. He knows you watch me. Oh, I know what you're doing. You're being naughty with that, with them. I know you're being funny. And you just keep going to the path. And how many are doing this project with me? Sorry, I didn't mean to forget to transfer the screen. I know you're not doing it. I know why. I can't wait to see how it comes out. I don't know about you all. Okay. Are you in my Facebook group, Patty, right? Because I am actually going to start using that again. Because I keep forgetting that. I know. Okay. I can't wait to see everybody's who are doing this. I am close to having the first palm tree part done. I don't know where everybody else is at on theirs. I do know it goes to H on this palm tree. Anybody have questions for me? And it don't have to be the FPP. It can be anything. Ah, kiddo, we're talking unfinished projects, not that kind of UFO. I do need to work on some of my UFOs and get them done. Oh, thank you, Kitty. The link is in my description box. It is a free pattern. And Katie, Wolf Phoenix 12, if you can see her, she is my kiddo. Not the UFOs. It's hard to get used to after you've been used to one thing. It took me a while. I love it. But I did it with like cutting up the scraps crazy. Okay, I got all the part of the tree done. Now we got to do the bottom part. The only reason I'm going a little bit bigger is to make sure it covers that block. So oh. One more piece on this one. Thank you, Katie. Now we're going for the brown piece. You know, everybody helps out in this one. Be nice. Yeah, that's my kiddo, Katie. They have to be subscribed in order to chat and within 5 minutes or so, unless that's not on again. Yes, I actually made a mistake yesterday, Katie. I told him it was this Sunday when it's supposed to be the 26th. I do apologize. I know. Go. Do what you need to do, kiddo. Now I'm going to trim it down to its size so that when we get to the end, we're not having to do it. Is it? Aha. Okay. That's fine. I should be okay because the hubby should be off on that day anyway. Because I know he doesn't work Monday, so it works perfect. Hi, Teresa. We are making foundation paper piecing a palm tree. And welcome. So this is what I'm working on with everybody. In the description box below has the palm tree in it. And so that we can get that going. I do Friday's foundation paper piecing and Thursday, which was last night, I work on whatever projects we have available. Right now, I've been working on the wonky log cabin. I will let you know, Katie, if it's not, but it should be fine. So, here's the first piece, which I believe, if I'm right, it goes this way. So, there you go. Here's my first piece, and we're going to go to B. So, when I tell people in FPP, and I'll flip the camera, when I tell people in FPP, Teresa, you go automatically alphabetical, then numerical, because that's how they do the foundation paper piece. Yes, I saw that today, Katie, just now. So, but yeah, you go in alphabetical first, then numbers on those alphabeticals. And I like to lay them out in order, but I didn't do that a moment ago. And I do pre-crease my papers. Because it helps to having it ready beforehand for me. Some people wait until after they do it and put paper fabric on it. I like to get it on creased ahead of time so that I don't have to mess around trying to do it when I have the fabric on. But any other questions I can help answer. And I always pick out my fabric ahead of time with all of my projects. Like right now, I don't have, which I'll pull out the next one for you guys. I don't have fabric picked out yet. That's the wrong one. There it is. It's the rainbow once we come back. And at least this one is going to be one piece. So, and I try to find free patterns for you guys so that we can do it that way. Yep, wrong one. And I have an iron board under here, and I have a cutting mat up here. I do have a cutting mat down here. I do use that when I'm working on bigger projects. But with FPP, I try to use these two only, because then I can keep all the paper and the fabric and be able to press at the same time while cutting. And I always trim a 1/4 inch. Yay! For those that are not working on the palm tree, what are you working on besides Sandra? I know what she's working on. But what are you guys working on today? Ah, but when you put the paper, you put the print down to sew, and then you fold over before I forget that. It's all about practice, Patty. That's all it is. And that's what I do is practice, practice, practice. And I know a lot of people don't care to waste fabric and don't do it. But at the same time, you can use your scraps into other stuff and make scrappy quilts. Or if they're small, you can make doggy beds. So I'm at B9, getting ready to do B10, which is the big square. Of course, I'm grabbing the wrong thing. I may have a couple, but I don't know where they're at right now. I have one, but I do have the animal print ones from like Violet Craft and Hobbs. I know I have several FPP patterns in the 1,000 quilt block book. You're welcome. Sometimes we don't like something. I put the wrong camera. Um, but we can always fix it and change it. But you're fine, Teresa. A lot of us are saying hi to you and welcome to our chat, my chat. We usually do a lot of FPP on Fridays, and then I do a project which I already sent out the 2 blocks, but I'll show you what they did to me or sent to me. Yesterday I worked on the wonky blocks. I don't know if I have it the right way, but which is using your scraps up. So, okay, thank you, Patty. And then that was Sandra's, and I have Dora Lens. I may have them upside down. I do apologize. A heads up. And then I have Susan's. They're really super pretty. And then I have Sherry's as well. We're doing a swap, and that's where I like the fact that I was able to get rid of some scraps because I can get them away, I can get them out. And I use scraps. Usually, I use scraps for my foundation paper piecing, but today with so much of green and brown and white, I wanted to make sure it kind of flows through it and not mix matchy. So yeah, it was a wonky log cabin swamp that was recreated by Sandra Kay. And I use scraps sometimes with my foundation paper piecing if I just want it to be look scrappy. Like I could have done it with the palm tree. It would have different prints and color of a grain. Yeah, I do too, Patty. And I like using it in my foundation paper piecing if I'm just making it scrappy. And Teresa, in the comments, if you see Wolf Phoenix 12, please know that that's my child who likes to watch me a lot on here. Okay. Now we're getting to the brown part. And I take all these little pieces and I take all those little pieces I trimmed off. And typically I used to throw them away, but it gave me an idea to make for my 3 German Shepherd a bed each. So I'm not feeling like I'm wasting them. Wrong one. I am hitting weird buttons today. That, yes, would be really cool, Patty. But if they're bigger pieces like this, I save them for me to use up. And Teresa, if you don't know me, I'm also hard of hearing and deaf. I wear a cochlear on one side and hearing aid on the other. So that's why most of the time for pretty much all the time, you'll see closed captions on. Because I always think about the others who can't hear very well. So we have A and B done. The reason I keep the original It shows me where the pieces go. But I still go in A, B, C, and then go into the numerical orders on that. Any questions I will answer for any of you. I I am going to stop the live. I may hop back on and finish the rest of the palm tree thing, and I will be back next time. I'm hoping back later this evening, but I will let you know. Have a wonderful day. Be kind, be creative, be unique, and be you. And we'll see you guys next time.